Chapter 12, Jason. Jason had a small face and a big mouth. He had the second biggest mouth in Mrs. Jewell's class, and there was an awful lot of big mouths in that class. Mrs. Jewell, Jason called without raising his hand. Joy is chewing gum in class. Joy had the biggest mouth in Miss Jewell's class, and it was filled with gum. There was hardly even room for her tongue. Joy, I'm ashamed of you, said Mrs. Jewell. I'm afraid I'll have to put your name on the board. That's okay, Mrs. Jewell, Jason called. I'll do it. Jason hopped out of the seat and wrote Joy's name on the blackboard under the word discipline. While he was up, Joy took a glob of gum out of her mouth and threw it in Jason's chair. Rondi and Allison giggled. Jason walked back from the blackboard to his desk and sat down. Mrs. Jewell, he called, I'm stuck. Rondi and Allison giggled again. Mrs. Jewell got angry. Joy, you're going home on the kindergarten bus today. Oh, good, said Todd. I'll have some company. Todd went home on the kindergarten bus every day. He could never seem to make it to 12 o'clock without getting into trouble 3 times. His name wasn't even on the blackboard yet, but he knew by 12 o'clock it would be up, checked, and circled. Mrs. Jewell, what am I going to do? I'm stuck. I'm going to have to stay here the rest of my life, said Jason. Joy, tell Jason you're sorry, said Miss Jewell. Sorry, Jason, said Joy. That's okay, Joy. I don't mind, said Jason. Now, try to get up, Jason, said Miss Jewell. I can't. I'm stuck. Miss Jewell asked the 3 Erics to help. Eric Fry and Eric Owens pulled Jason. Eric Bacon held the chair. Stop, cried Jason. You'll rip my pants. Rondi and Allison giggled. All right, said Miss Jewell. Let's try ice water. That should freeze the gum and make it less sticky. I'll go get some from Miss Mush. Miss Mush was the lunch teacher at Wayside School. She had this remarkable ability to undercook a dish and overcook it at the same time. Her specialty was a nice hot bowl of mud. She called it porridge. Jason looked at Rondi and Allison. No, Mrs. Jewell, he said. Don't leave me. Besides, Mrs. Mush's ice water is probably warm. Don't be silly, Jason, said Miss Jewell. I'm sure it will be at least as cold as her soup. Rondi and Allison agreed and leered at Jason. No, Mrs. Jewell, don't go, begged Jason. I'll be right back, Jason, said Miss Jewell. She went to Miss Mush for some ice water. As soon as Mrs. Jewell stepped out the door, Rondi and Allison jumped up from their seats and started to tickle Jason. He laughed until his hair turned purple. The girls got back to their seats just as Mrs. Jewell arrived. Miss Jewell carried a big bucket of ice-cold water. Please, no, 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 Jason pleaded. We have no choice, said Miss Jewell. She threw the water all over him. Well, said Miss Jewell, try to get up. Jason was drenched. I'm wet and I'm cold and I'm still stuck. Well, that didn't work, said Miss Jewell. At least we tried. Now we'll have to cut your pants off. Rondi and Allison giggled. No, no, no. I'm really comfortable. I don't mind being stuck here. Don't be silly, Jason, said Miss Jewell. Don't cut my pants, said Jason. The 3 Erics can carry you into the bathroom, and I'll ask Louis to call your mom. She can bring you a new pair of pants. The 3 Erics took a hold of Jason's chair and turned it upside down. No, Miss Jewell, said Jason. Now I'll always have a place to sit down. I won't have to worry about finding a seat on the bus. The 3 Erics began to take him away. Wait, said Miss Jewell. Wait, said Joy. Miss Jewell, can I get Jason unstuck? Do I have to go home on the kindergarten bus? All right. If you can somehow get Jason free, you don't have to go home early. Don't trust her, Miss Jewell, said Jason. He was still hanging upside down. I'll just kiss him, said Joy. No, no, no. Don't let her kiss me, Miss Jewell. Throw water on me, tickle me, cut off my pants, hang me upside down from the ceiling, but don't let her kiss me. I'll just kiss him on the nose, said Joy. We've got nothing to lose, Jason, said Miss Jewell. Aw, who would want to kiss Jason, said Allison. Jason hung helplessly upside down. Joy stepped up and kissed him on the nose. He fell out of the chair and hit his head on the floor. Ugh, now I have to go home alone, said Todd, and Joy erased her name from the blackboard.